Hi, my name is Bob Walder. After testing the Dremel Workstation for precision watch work, it quickly became apparent that was not the right solution. So it became obvious right away I needed to move to a better dedicated micro drill press. This is the one I chose. I'm going to put it through its paces today. Is it still right for what I want ultimately? Stay with me and see. So when it comes to micro drill presses, you can put a search term into Amazon or Temu or AliExpress, and you will come up with hundreds of things, and they all look exactly like this one. I'm convinced they all come from the same Chinese factory. They just have different names, and when they arrive, I assume, like this one, they're not even branded. This arrived in a plain cardboard box. There's no branding on the machine itself, and there was no branding on the instructions, such as they were. So what made me pick this one? Well, as I say, they're pretty much all alike. So really this came down to, I bought this from Amazon, and I'll quickly point out I did actually use my own money to pay for this. I'm not sponsored in any way. But I bought this from Amazon. It was $85, and it was one of the lowest in price, but it also came with a set of micro drill bits. So just made it the best deal overall at the end of the day, but I don't think you'll go wrong with any of them. So what do you find when you get it out of the box? Well, there's a little bit of assembly to do. The shaft has to be inserted into the base, tightened up, and then the drill head gets put onto the shaft. You put the little knob in place, and that can lock it. And then on the other side you have the wheel to raise and drop the drill bit. There is no stop facility on this, so you have that full travel of the drill, and that's it. So if you wanted to drill a precise hole of, say, 5 millimeters, there's no way to actually do that with this particular device. To digress quickly, one device I do have my eyes on, which is very similar to this, and I'll go back to it at the end of this video, but you can get models which have a micrometer, and that would allow the degree precision, which I think I'd like to have, the ability to just turn this micrometer and raise and lower the drill bit fractions of a millimeter at a time. So, but with this one, there's no way to do that. With the drill head all the way up, you have approximately 3 inches of workspace underneath. One tip, big tip when you first get this, let me get my bench block. When you get this, the chuck is separate from the spindle, and you have to push the chuck onto the spindle, and they're tapered, and it's just a friction fit. And what I was finding when I first started drilling with this was the chuck kept flying off. And I'm sure anybody with some experience of bench presses probably jumped to the right conclusion straight away, but I didn't. I had to go searching on YouTube, and it turns out that these friction fit things like this, when you first put it on, you need something like this bench block, and you need to put it all the way down and then crank that down with a significant amount of force in order to force this chuck into place. Other than that, I had no problems with it. It weighs about 3 pounds. It's a substantial piece of kit for what, I mean, it is more solid than I was expecting. I've got to say that. This is machined stainless steel throughout, probably some bits of aluminum in there somewhere, but mostly this is steel, and it's pretty solid. It has a 550 watt motor. It can do a maximum of 8,000 RPM, and that's controlled with the power supply, which has potentiometer type switch. So switch it on, crank up the speed, and switch it off. One more thing, this did come with an adjustable chuck, 0.3 to 0.4 millimeter adjustable chuck. This is the other thing that I'm not too keen on. You can actually get a, believe it's a 0.3 millimeter collet head for this. Same size head, fits on the same spindle, but gives you a fixed collet instead. And again, I think if you're after the ultimate imprecision, that's probably a better option. But these lower end models, they just seem to come with a chuck, and that's it. So how does this work? How does it do? I'm going to use, let me try and get this in position for the close-up camera. I'm going to use these little micro drill bits that came with it. This one is a 1.2 millimeter drill bit. It's the biggest one in this particular set, and I'm choosing that mainly because I want you to be able to see the holes. So this is as simple as slipping in the drill bit, tightening up the chuck, and then using the chuck key, which is provided with it, to snug it in nice and tight. Okay, so that's ready to go. We want to be able to line up where we're about to drill. So we're going to place something on top of this block, and we want to be able to drill through it. So that's about the right height. Nope, it needs to go down a little more than that. Okay, so there we go. So I'm going to begin with a simple test, which is an electronics PCB. And here that is. You can see, probably see I've already run a few practice holes in there, but oh well. Very simply, just place this on your block. Make sure that you are over that central hole. Place this on your block. I am actually going to wear safety goggles over the top of my glasses. The last video I did testing the Dremel drill press, I completely forgot about the safety goggles. Not a good example to set. So we have that in place. We're going to turn it on. RPM does not need to be too high for this, I don't think. And just nice and steady. And there we go. You wouldn't expect it to have any problems with a circuit board, but there we go. Very easy, very easy. Okay, so we're ready to try with the watch part. A little bit dubious about this because normally I would want to clamp this to the surface of the drill plate, but I'm not able to do that. So just holding it with my fingers and kind of nerve-wracking, but we'll take it slow, see what happens. have it. So, took it pretty slow, as I say, just because I didn't have it clamped down, but it actually made a good job of that hole. The underside is not rough at all. So I think if you take it pretty steady with this, it can do a good job. So that's brass. For my final test, I'm going to actually sacrifice this stainless steel crown. And let's see if we can actually drill some steel. I am kind of dubious about the steel experiment. We shall see. So, here we go. Now obviously we're not going to be able to drill all the way through this, we're just going to be able to drill a hole in it. And this also depends on the strength of these drill bits, of course. Well, that's pretty good. That's only a couple of millimeters deep, obviously, but it actually, there was no chatter. It felt like it was going through that pretty smoothly. Again, there's no rough edges to that. I'm pretty impressed. So, overall, I like this. Overall, I think I would give this a 9 out of 10, and I think for $85, it's well worth the money if you need this kind of precision micro drill press in your workshop. I do think, obviously, it's night and day to the Dremel Workstation, and this is a true precision device, rather than trying to make the Dremel Workstation fit to something that it was not designed to do. So this is definitely fit for purpose. Now, is this the one I will settle on? I don't think so. And here's the reason. I mentioned earlier on I would go back to this other drill press. There is a manufacturer called Innocraftsman, and they make the same devices. They sell the same basic drill, which I think they call their light version, or just their basic version, and they also have a pro version. I have seen versions of this elsewhere, but Innocraftsman are the only ones that actually make and sell a whole bunch of precision accessories to go with this drill. So there's a larger drill base. You can get precision cross slides, which can bolt to the base. It has the belt drive enclosed. It has a 1200 watt motor, I believe. Sorry, 800 watt motor. This is 500. I think it's an 800 watt motor. And best of all, it has the micrometer adjustment on the top. So when you're doing real slow stuff like that, I think it's nice to be able to just take it down ever so slowly and not having to rely on the handle. So I think I do think for $85 this is a good buy. The one that I'm talking about, once you get up to the Pro version with the more powerful motor and the micrometer, you're then looking at $200 and above. And of course, when you start to add new bases and cross slides, it can start to get pretty expensive. So that is definitely a high-end alternative to this. So if all you want is just basic, drill a few holes, and both for watch parts, for electronics, for jewelry, for model making, $85, I don't think you can go wrong with this. But if you want to see the one that I think I'm going to settle on, then subscribe, like, hit the little bell so you can see when I publish my next video, because I'm going to do a follow-up to this, testing that high-end version, and let's see which one I end up with. Okay, until next time, goodbye.